and then he stuck 2 fingers in my ass. I was like, whoa, just the hamburger. Dude, it was fucking, whoa.
Just hamburgers.
And then a dead hooker fell out.
It's just hamburgers.
Just a hamburger, ma'am. So, sup?
So, yeah, not too much. How you doing?
How was your week?
My week was good. Finalizing my preparations for
H.
I was trying to see how to work that in. No, I'm going to the States. I'm going to Los Estados Unidos.
Really?
I am indeed.
Why?
Nothing better to do. And no, I haven't seen my family in a long time. Friends and few good years. A good few years.
A good few years? I don't think that's how it goes.
What was that? I was reading. I read in some linguistics group about this unwritten rule in English. Let me find this because it's actually kind of interesting.
Well, keep telling the story while you're looking.
It's an unwritten rule.
That someone wrote?
No, it's
it's a written rule.
Here, it's an unwritten English rule. Here. The odd grammar rule most English speakers know, but are rarely, hang on, it's opening, but are rarely taught. Well, I assumed as much that it would be taught. And it goes like this. Here, you know what? I'll put this up on the screen. Here, let's see if we can zoom in on this a little bit. Adjectives in English absolutely have to be in this order. Opinion, size, shape, color, origin, material purpose, noun. So you can have a lovely little old rectangular green French silver whittling knife, but if you mess with that word order in the slightest, you sound like a maniac. It's not a thing every English speaker uses that every English speaker uses that list. Almost none of us could write it out. And as size comes before color, green great dragons can't exist. But I thought that was kind of funny because they give this example. You can have a lovely little old rectangular green French silver whittling knife. But you can mess with the word order, but they don't mess with the word order. So I kind of wanted to see how this would sound. So you can have an old little lovely green rectangular silver French whittling. I guess it actually kind of works.
It actually sounds just as odd of a sentence as it does the other way.
Well, yeah. This was all about.
Because if someone said to me, I've got a little lovely odd rectangular green French silver whittling knife, I'd be like, what?
I think you're focusing on the wrong part here.
I don't know. Sounds just as stupid as a rectangular green old lovely little knife whittling.
But they're talking about the order of the words.
I just put them in a different order. With the exception of knife whittling, the sentence really didn't sound that different when I said it the other way.
Knife has to be at the end because you're describing all of this describing the noun. But the
would have worked in Hebrew though.
No, the noun would just be at the beginning.
Well, no, because it probably would have been in Hebrew.
Car red, car green.
Well, yeah, it would have been knife whittling.
Right, but it would be knife. It would be knife.
I was just saying those two words would work the other way in Hebrew.
It would be knife, lovely little old rectangular green French silver whittling.
Which really doesn't sound that much worse.
It doesn't make sense in English because you're translating one language into another language. It doesn't really work that way.
Have you ever had a lovely little rectangular old green French silver whittling knife?
I had a few.
I had a Ku Klux Klan knife.
We talked about this, didn't we?
I don't know.
I was at a gun show in Kansas City years
I feel
ago.
like we did talk about this. I don't know if we did it on the show though.
And I saw, I was a little kid, and I saw this knife, because I always had a fascination with knives. I like knives. They're cool. They cut things. So I saw this knife, and I'm like, oh, I would like to get this knife. And I show it to my dad, and he says, no, go put that back, put that away right now. So what? Because it was understandable that he wouldn't want to get me, any knife that I asked for, but he said it in a weird way, and I said, but it's a nice knife. I want this knife. It looks kind of cool. Let's see if I can find what the knife looked like, because it was a really cool knife. Like, if you're a kid and you don't really know what's up, it was.
No, the one I had was brass.
Yeah. Hang on. No, I'm looking for the one to put up on the screen. I think it was basically this knife. Or maybe no, it was this knife. I had seen this knife before, but it was this knife that I wanted. And I tried to ask my dad why I couldn't have this knife. And it was because, and that's how that's where I learned about the KKK. So yeah, that was an interesting learning experience.
Is that one any different than this one?
I think those are the same thing.
It's just sideways. No, I feel like it was just the raised letters, but it might have been this. I don't remember. My uncle had a knife shop down at the local flea market on the weekends. And when he died, a lot of his stuff wound up in our house. And he had this in his collection. And I wound up with it for a little while without even really thinking.
Wait, was he a Hebrew?
My uncle?
Yeah. Oh, your uncle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He sold knives, came across them. People might want them. It wasn't his. Fuck it. You want a knife? I'll sell you a fucking knife. This is how I make my living. Okay,
Listen, there's a lot of these companies.
But I wound up with it without. That's why I don't think it was one that said Ku Klux Klan. I feel like it was just KK, or even. I don't remember what it was. I remember it was brass handled. It looked like this one, but I don't remember the design of it. But whatever it was, I just never put two and two together and realized it was a Ku Klux Klan knife.
It was.
It was. I realized it eventually.
Yeah. No, I did not find out.
Yeah, long, round, kind of
way.
flat with some raised lettering. That's what I remember.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, what else is new?
So when are you leaving for your trip?
Leaving on the 18th.
The 18th. Well,
18th.
that's what, Monday?
That's Monday.
Huh. How long are you gonna be gone for?
2
Because we got a show on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be here for that show. We might not have next week's episode. But we could theoretically have the following weeks from the States. I was actually thinking about this because I'll bring my bracket, and I'll bring my light. I'll bring the camera, of course. I'll bring the zoom, and I was actually thinking about this because like the zoom fits in the inside pocket of my jacket. It's like a net pouch. And it'll fit in there. And it's big and cumbersome, too much so to necessarily, if I have another option, to occupy my
All right, folks, we're going to be taking bets, okay? Can you do me a favor and put up my Twitter address? You can contact me, and we are going to take bets on, will James go to jail for carrying suspicious device onto the plane? Go for it.
It's not really a suspicious device. I mean, it's pretty common, and they've probably seen them before.
I don't think it is that common.
A Zoom? This is one of the most common field recorders, handheld field recorders, that offers four channels. People have them. Either way, I mean, it's a manufactured product. This isn't something that that could be on. But I was thinking, like, okay, if I'm storing it in there, well, I could plug the Purple Panda in and just record all throughout my flight, because I have 16 batteries.
All right, folks, we're changing the bet. Is the person sitting next to James going to kill him on the flight?
Listen, the Purple Panda is small and compact.
I say yes.
Look at this, 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 look at this.
I can't see anything. There's a bright light in my face.
No, the Panda is Purple Monkey?
The Purple Monkey dishwasher.
No, it's incredibly small, so like even if I took this off, it could fit anywhere and hide anywhere. But I could also plug this just straight into the phone.
So you're going to have this device in your inside pocket. You're going to have yourself wired under your shirt. All right, first bet is back on.
Right? There's really only one way this can go.
Maybe you should take your dad some of those nice spicy sausages the nakikiyot, the really spicy ones. Just tape them to your chest.
I told you about when I went back to the States.
No, you didn't.
A couple of times ago. This is when I was living in Jaffa, in Yafo. And I had with the what? With the chickens.
Outside.
Yeah. Wow. I had chickens in my backyard. Living in Jaffa.
You did have an ocean view.
I did have an ocean view.
You did.
No,
I
I
saw
didn't.
it.
I didn't have an ocean view. I had a sea view.
Well, all right, technically you're right. You had a sea view, because I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
I could see the sea.
Exactly. That's how it works. But I brought. My dad likes zaatar. You know zaatar.
I know that.
Zaatar is it's marjoram, hyssop, sumac, and sage, and sesame seeds.
You know what else it is?
Sometimes it's not one of those.
You know what else it is? Yummy.
Mm-hmm.
It's good
It is
stuff.
very good.
Wouldn't want to eat a spoonful of it.
Zaatar, here, let's just to show you what it looks like.
Just to be clear, it looks nothing.
It looks nothing like any of these pictures that I'm finding here. Let's type it in Hebrew, because it's finding all the American brands, which are always not it. Zaatar.
Zaatar for beginners. Oh, that's actually the same picture.
Well, that. And now I'm just getting live plants. God damn it. Basically, it's a seasoning, and it's usually like a brownish greenish kind of color.
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah.
You went way too far, I think.
I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
It looks like that.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, it looks like this. They'll put it on pitas and stuff. This is with a lot of oil in it, though, so it's not a good representation, not a good image. This is zaatar. You can see its color through there. So my friend, my roommate at the time, was from Nazareth. He was a Christian Arab living in from Nazareth, and I think his parents actually owned our apartment. But he would go up to Nazareth every so often and come back down. And before I was flying to the States, I said, "Hey, can you bring me some zaatar?" He would bring it from his mother. His mother made it. So, I mean, it's just like chopping herbs and mixing them. I don't know what it really requires. But I asked him to bring some from home, and I got this nice big bag of.
Do you like roll it up in like a cellophane bag and like, you know?
Yeah,
Roll it over. Here you go.
It was in a cellophane bag. It was not. This is not the
About
like,
4 fingers wide.
This is not zaatar like this. This is not like this kind of stuff. With the brownish green. This was bright green. It looked like marijuana. It looked like weed, but like broken up, just all loose in the bag.
Don't know what that looks like.
So I go to the I'm bringing this through the airport, like to the United States of America. So I get to customs. I told them as I was getting on the plane, like when I was going through the security, that I have zaatar. Just maybe it looks like weed, but it's not.
They don't care what you leave the country with.
And they knew what zaatar was. It wasn't like it was. They knew what this was, and it's a seasoning that people often bring. This was fresher, so it was brighter green. It was not the typical dark green that you see here.
Like, did they find it and ask you like what it was, and you're like, oh, it's zaatar?
No.
Or were you like, it's just zaatar?
On the way there, yes. On the way back, they got to my bags first.
On the way back?
On the arriving.
Okay.
In
Arrivals.
New York.
It's either Newark or New York.
Newark. No, I'm trying to think if it was Philadelphia or Newark.
EWR or
Somewhere.
JFK.
Somewhere, they got to my bag first, and I went over to the line. They said they had already started to open it, but they didn't. They were, I guess, waiting for me. Then we opened it, and because they had scanned it and they saw there was a bag of something, and we opened it, and I gave them little samples of zaatar, and they enjoyed it, and that was God. Yeah. So that was my story.
You should take a big bag of zaatar, and I'm going to sneak like a right in the middle of it.
Where are you even going to get that from?
I have no idea where I would get zaatar from. Oh, I mean, I got you. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so zaatar. That's good stuff.
That doesn't look good.
It looks like a washed out picture, but it looks, yeah. Anyway, so what else is new?
Nothing. Oh. Still have a crazy dog at home.
Still have a crazy dog at home.
The latest story is that we called another trainer, or we talked to the vet, and he suggested another trainer, and the trainer wants to take the dog for 2 weeks. No guarantees. Whole lot of money paid up front, but no guarantees it'll work. But the guy trained dogs in the Army.
That's different.
That is different, but he's been working, well.
Those are different dogs. Those are dogs that were
the guy trained dogs in the Army.
Brought specifically for that purpose.
And has been training dogs since it was 20 years. He's been training dogs for 20 years.
Okay.
Started in the Army. That's really where I was going with that.
Okay.
Although, probably could teach her to sniff out bombs and shit if I wanted, so, that would be a bonus.
Okay.
Cuddly by day, bomb sniffer by night. Might be nice, you're going for a walk one day, all of a sudden she goes, whoa, 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 don't go over there. Bark, bark.
It's going to happen a lot.
You ever walk past a suspicious package in this country?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A few times.
It could happen.
That's something that I've never experienced in this
he could teach her to sniff drugs.
That could be interesting.
And she would teach me where to stay away from. Don't go over there.
For why not to go to a certain place?
Because there's drugs there. I wouldn't want to know.
Ah. Okay.
Maybe there's a bunch of hooligans on the street smoking that reefer and, don't want to walk by them. They might be crazy.
Shooting their pot.
Do you shoot pot? I don't think you shoot pot.
Like clay pigeons are kind of pottery. Like those are kind of like pots. But it's not.
Now I'm just picturing people, pull! So it's like throwing out soup pots. And,
So I found these things, and they remind me of our soap here.
I was going to get there.
Uh...
That was the worst way to bring it up.
Because I was getting tired of waiting.
Hold on. We're not there yet. Hold on. I got a serious question.
I got another one over here. I'll just eat the other one.
If I took a soup pot, not like a really cheap one, but like a halfway decent soup pot.
And you tried to swallow it.
No, I was gonna say you throw it up in the air and you hit it with some bird shot out of a shotgun. I think it'd be like ding, 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 ding.
Depends which bird shot.
It would have to be something real small because if you hit it with something,
Well, no, because I shot a snake rounds.
What's that called when it's really tight together? Full choke. If it was like full choke with a big, that's gonna fucking go through it. That'll tear it apart. But some really small bird shot.
No, snake shot? Snake shot is... I always see this picture, but it's not what I had ever seen. What I'd ever shot. No, they're not rifle. Oh, wow. It's actually... Oh, it's actually these. No, those are 9. It was... Here, this is snake shot. And it was these little 22s, and it has this plastic cap and, I don't know, like 30 tiny little ball bearings. Tiny. But they scatter so much that at a 30-foot range, even there's nothing. Nothing, no impact. Maybe 1.
I want you to go out. If you're going to take all your equipment home, here's what you should do. You should go to the range, get a cooking pot, put it down range, and shoot it with one of those at a distance, and
one of these,
and mic it. See if you can hear like the individual pebbles bouncing off the pot. That would actually sound pretty cool. If you could actually hear it live, like when you could hear it. That would be pretty cool.
It would be pretty cool. See if that happens.
What? You can't take one of your mom's pots and go shoot it?
No, see, I don't know. Maybe it'll happen. I don't know. I don't know where I would be able to go shooting right now. Because I don't know where there's an open range. I'm sure we'd find something.
Something tells me your dad might know.
Somebody might know.
Maybe.
Yes.
Definitely maybe.
Yeah, anyway. So this soap.
All right. So here's the deal, since James keeps bringing it up. Came in this evening and I saw these Cocoa mini rolls laying on James's bed. Okay? But they have this logo here on it, okay? Yeah, you can kind of see it there without the glare. Okay, with the big 7, okay? Now, and I thought it was soap, and I thought it was very odd that James would just have 3 bars of soap laying on his bed because he's a smelly fucker. Don't even know what he knows what soap is. So apparently, yeah, well, you can take it from here because you can show them.
Yeah, because it reminded me for a long time also of this, which is a brand of soap that we have here in Israel. It's Neka Sheva.
Which is why I thought it was soap on your bed.
Which means clean
7. Yes. 7 cleans. I guess you can clean yourself 7 times with it before it's gone.
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's like soap-free soap. It's
7 people have cleaned themselves with this before you?
I hate this stuff. Yeah.
What do you use? Hawaii?
Even worse.
I hate that shit. What do you use?
Palm olive or Dove? What do you use? Axe.
No. Shit, what the hell do I use?
Hand soap.
No, I got bars of soap, but like good shit from the States.
Irish Spring.
No, you can get Irish Spring here.
Can you?
I think so. I want to say that I've seen it, but I could be wrong.
I've only used Irish Spring once, maybe.
I can't remember the name of like my favorite thing. I ask it. I make everyone bring it to me back from the States. Can't remember what it's called at this very moment.
Butterfingers.
No.
Beef jerky.
No, you're gonna have to bring back both of those things. You're well aware of that. Pretty much what I'm not saying. And then you said it.
Oh yeah, you want to get rid of some of your dollars? Give me dollars, I'll get you some beef jerky.
She gave me some beef jerky anyway. Pretty sure I brought you back.
Did you?
I don't know.
No, you didn't. You didn't bring me shit.
No. I know you got whatchamacallits and Butterfingers. I don't remember if it was jerky.
Whatchamacallits?
I know I brought back 2 things for you. I don't remember what the other one was. Whatchamacallit?
Whatchamacallits?
Yeah,
Butterfingers?
No, Butterfingers and whatchamacallit. Maybe
Was
it was
it
Babe Ruth.
whatchamacallits?
Maybe it was Babe Ruth that I brought.
It was something.
I know there was something else.
So yeah, these.
Pretty sure it was whatever you brought me the time before is what I brought you.
So this soap.
You don't care about the soap. You just want to eat.
I don't give a fuck about this soap.
I'm really upset we have no soda.
Yeah, we have no soda. We're sodaless.
No beverage in this room right
Guys,
now.
if you want to send us money for soda,
or you could just send
or
us
just
soda.
send us soda. I don't know.
I would be happy if a case of soda showed up at the door right now.
That would be amazing. I would give you a shout out.
Yeah. I feel like we should flash an address on the screen where they can send soda to. So anyway, we're going to eat some
Good
soap. Ooh, 7
Yeah.
days. 7 days to... Sponsored by 7 Days to Die.
Maybe that's where they got it from. Is this really annoying, this sound?
James.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what you get.
It's weird. It's got stripes.
It has stripes. It does have stripes. This is a true thing.
Doesn't say stripes.
But it's.
But it says it's got vanilla
No,
flavor.
you can see the stripes on the cover.
I
on
guess
the
you can.
cover.
Well, that's kind of lame because that looks like something's drizzled on it. This looks like some weird kind of zebra.
It was drizzled on, and then it dried.
It's not the same.
You can see that the drizzlage. All right, you judge for yourselves, folks. See the drizzlage,
Oh, Funny Bones! You got to bring back
little
Funny
drizzles.
Bones.
and then
You get Funny Bones in Kansas?
this is just the dried version of those drizzles. It's a problem. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, actually not bad.
I know. Yeah,
Funny Bones? You get Funny Bones in Kansas?
like a humorous.
Like a chocolate cakey thing with like a peanut butter filling.
A chocolate what? Kinky thing?
I believe I said nipple ring. No, wait, no. A
Oh.
cakey thing. Cakey thing, that's what I said. Yes. Filled with peanut butter. No, wait. Yeah.
What do you think about the blackface stuff? Judy Garland
Did blackface.
did blackface.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal.
If you're gonna hold that fucking double standard,
To do it today is going to get you into some trouble.
in the 80s in Virginia,
Now, I gotta personally tell you that if one of my friends went to a costume party in blackface, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, you. I really wouldn't. You know, am I stupid enough to do that, knowing that there could be definite consequences? No, I wouldn't, because the stupid giggle I might get from some of my friends wouldn't be, worth the. Well, it's not like I'm a personality or something you could really get in trouble, but who the hell wants the possibility of that headache? I think it's really stupid.
Yeah.
So all these people getting in trouble for what happened 20, 30, or even more years ago, I think it's just crazy nonsense. Get over it. They did something stupid when they were younger. People change. They did something stupid. That doesn't mean they're going to do it today. That doesn't mean that they're racist. They did something.
And not that it's the same thing, but Fairfax. What's his deputy, the vice governor, deputy governor? I forgot what it's called.
The guy with the
vice
yearbook thingy guy.
No, that was the governor. Is the governor.
So what did
Northam?
Vice governor do?
His vice governor, an African American guy. He has sexual harassment allegations against him by a woman who has no agenda. And it kind of begs the question, like,
how do you know she has no agenda?
She said she supports the things that he's pushing for. And this is an allegation again from like 30 years ago.
Well, that makes it look really bad when that happens. Hey, I have no agenda and you did something wrong.
Yeah.
Because that hardly ever happens. But since we're talking about this stuff,
but the Democratic Party has a horrible habit of doing this. They're fucking idiots when it comes to that. They blame them. They take a public shame so hard, and they don't say anything about it. They don't argue their case in any way. He said that he didn't do it, and then he did do it, and then he didn't do it, but it was he did do the Michael Jackson thing, and back and forth, and just wish and wash and back and forth. When he could have just fucking explained. He was in fucking Virginia in 1983, 81. What was it?
Something like that. The 80s.
It was commonplace there. I can't say for a fact.
And it didn't necessarily mean you were a racist just because
everything that I've learned to understand, growing up, seeing, whether it was documentary, movies, or shows, or whatever, the news throughout my entire life, I've understood that those areas are racist. Mostly. So when you're surrounded by
I think
that,
that's a broad generalization. I don't think you can.
It is, but it's.
I don't think it's necessarily.
Well, I said mostly.
Fair to say.
I didn't
that.
say all. I said mostly, which is true. Mostly. Can you hear the frog in my throat?
No.
Herbert? No. I think I cleared it out. But, yeah.
Stop blowing frogs.
So, anyway. I'd been... is there a word that you...
No, wait, hold on. We want a topic, and I made a bad joke, but I want to actually stay...
You made a bad joke, so we're moving on.
Close to that topic for a minute. What do you think about the Liam Neeson thing?
Oh yeah, what did he say? What happened? He came out on his own.
Okay, I know some of the details. I don't know who the woman was. I don't know, sister, a friend of his, whatever. Some woman, okay, that he was close to got raped. Okay, and he asked her if she knew the guy, and she said no. He then asked what color was the guy, and she said it was a black guy. So he got angry, and for like the next year was walking around with a blackjack in his pocket. Okay? And he was looking, I don't know exactly how to describe it, but he was hoping to get into a fight with a black guy. He was hoping that a black guy would start a fight with someone else, and he could jump in, or would start with him, okay, so that he could beat the shit out of that guy. And then eventually he said, how he realized how stupid this was and how wrong it was and everything else, and he's glad he never acted on it. And he felt like a real jerk and everything else, and now his career's gone. Because he admitted to having thoughts like, I don't even know what the timeline was, 20 years, 10 years, something like that. What do you think about that? Didn't do anything. Got angry.
This world is fucking imploding.
And didn't act on it. But, but because of that, this new movie that he's been plugging, I'm sure is going to tank, and there's calls for him to never work again.
Yeah.
And they're calling him, obviously they're calling him, you get all the labels, you're a racist, you're whatever. Thoughts?
This world is fucking imploding.
Well, maybe other than that, maybe you could expand on that a little bit.
No, the world is imploding. People are just so obsessed with some sort of action, currently relevant action, whether it's right now, coming out and saying that you were abusive women, or whether it's talking about how you would how you would come out as racist in some way, but that's did I say this on the air like a minute ago, or was this before we even started? The Democrats are pussies with this.
I don't think you just said that.
They're
certainly not like that. You might have said the Democrats are stupid. You didn't say they're pussies.
No, they're pussies. They don't.
Well, the left is reading the politically correct charge.
But they're taking it too fucking far.
You can't yell at the other side and take away their jobs for doing something, and then to turn the other way. What, just because it's a Democrat?
No, but the Democrats the left has always been way too pacifistic.
Trump said the words, "You can grab him by the pussy." Didn't grab anybody by the pussy. There's no videotape of him grabbing people by the... Said.
No, just because there's no videotape doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Nobody's saying, hey, grab me by the pussy. He said, grab him by the pussy. Al Franken had pictures of his hands on someone's tits. If that was Trump, they'd be like, oh my God, he's raping. There would have been no difference. So to sit there and say they shouldn't have eaten their own or whatever,
no, but
Al Franken.
This was one thing.
If it was anyone else, they would have done the same thing.
Trump has had a lot of legal issues and a lot of that. The grabbing him by the pussy was just the icing on the cake, which never came to any.
Actually, it wasn't the icing on the cake. It's what started the cake.
No, it was supposed to be the icing on the cake.
No, it's what started the cake. Because after that, then they started talking about blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden there were accusations.
No, more things started happening, but at the time, it was supposed to be the icing on the cake. This is what's going to take him down, or this is what's going to prevent him from becoming president.
I like the way you put that though. This is what's going to take him down, because it's. You remember me saying, "Oh yeah, we got him. Yeah, grab him by the pussy. He grabbed him by the. Oh no, we got nothing."
Are you just copying John Oliver?
Well, no. There's a tape of me doing this months ago. I did a whole bit on it. I don't know when John Oliver did it, but you can find mine.
But I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, go look for it. No, they should look for it.
Yeah, find it.
Look at our old videos.
Put it in the comments below.
It's definitely got to be one of the old YouTube ones. One of the ones down here.
Those ones.
Subscribe.
Those.
Old videos. Subscribe. Old videos.
Yeah. But stuff.
It's ridiculous.
It is indeed.
I don't know, we were actually taught in school. It wasn't taught, it wasn't a class, but if something happened in school, you went to your teacher, oh, Johnny called me a douchebag, or whatever. Teacher would say, sticks and stones. Someone called your name, who gives a fuck? It's meaningless. Walk away, who cares? Okay? Now, it's the worst thing in the world. Oh my God, I heard him say a word that bothers me.
Kids are so fucking coddled also.
Yeah. It's not just this generation, it's been going on. It's been going on for a while. They're, fucking these latest generations of kids are all like this with the whole. There's no scorekeeping. We don't want to know who wins. It's just about having fun. And everybody gets a participation trophy.
Oh, the participation trophy is the worst.
Give me a fucking break. There's no winning and there's no losing. Then how do you push yourselves to go further into? What's the point? I don't need to do it. I don't need to learn. I don't need to get a good job. I don't need to get an education. I'll be fine. Someone will take care of me.
You'll just be an Instagram star.
I'll be good to. I don't even need to do that. I'll just be taken care of. It's all fine. But this is what happens from fucking participation trophies. Everybody's a winner. No. Some people are losers, and they wind up with shovels in their hands, and they dig graves.
I think they get a lot of money.
Well, you better, because it's not easy work.
Yeah, I think they get paid well. Well,
now
it's just tractor.
But still, a lot of those things don't have air conditioning.
It's true. It's true. I told you when I was sitting in one for like 3 hours.
Wi-Fi sitting in one of those.
I told you when I was sitting in a JBC. JBL? JCB. On Maga Michael. My job was to sit in the cab until they came back. And it was the tractor they used to shovel up the cow feed.
Somehow I feel you wouldn't even be good at that job.
It was the tractor used to shovel up the cow feed because they had cows, because kibbutz. And it was just guarding the alfalfa. That was my job. Because apparently, people from the village next to us would come in and take alfalfa. Like they'd come in and grab either bags or fill up a truck and then gun it down the road.
You can see like the guard walking by. You can see James like walking by, and like there's like a little tree, and then all of a sudden like people come out from behind the tree. And they're like back in the tree, and James is like.
They used to steal our tractors. I don't know if it was the kind that I was sitting in, or one of the ones for the fish farms. It was a regular thing. I said they used to steal the tractors. Every weekend they would come in, grab the tractor, bring it over to their village, to Jizr al-Zarqa, and ride them around. And then in the morning, the people from the kibbutz would go over there, pick the tractors back up, and bring them back over.
Right, so
this was a regular thing.
There was proof that, well...
No. It was like an unwritten agreement.
Probably could have
like
been
they're going to use...
going down to the village to get some drugs or something, and then you got high and left the tractor.
No, I think the drugs came from the kibbutz.
No drugs come from kibbutz. They come to kibbutz, but they don't start there.
They come from wealthy kibbutz. Kibbutzes.
Really? Do you think the wealthy kibbutz that you used to live on had a secret grow room somewhere? Had a secret meth lab under the coffee shop?
Hey, there's drugs and there's drugs.
I wondered why my toilet was filled with meth when I got it.
It's filled with cat pee.
No.
I say it smells like cat urine. I don't know if that's true. Or if it's just from Breaking Bad.
I can tell you some stories about... Oh, I thought you were talking about the toilets.
No, I was talking about the smell.
I have no idea.
I don't want to hear stories about the toilets. You want to hear the story about the big cauldron, the big pot?
Do you like
from
olives?
from the building behind mine on Kinneret?
No. I've heard the story. do you like olives?
I do like olives.
Do you like Bereshita olives, which is like one of the most popular brands of olives in the country?
No, the most popular ones are Yavne olives.
I don't think so.
In the can.
I don't think they're the most popular.
I think they're the ones that I know of
That's
more.
the brands that probably like AM, PM, or...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. When you go to the real supermarkets, they have Bereshita. I have been told from sources...
That means Shitta house.
I have been told by people
House of the Way.
that have done
Shitta.
this. They told me that volunteers go get drunk and go out to the factory and they pee into the big vats of olives.
I know of the stories
And my friend did not say, well, I have heard that this happens. Okay? He told me that he himself and many friends would go, and this was a regular thing. Don't know if they still do it.
I know of the stories of the boys on kibbutzim going to the cow sheds. I don't need to say any more.
Well, you know of fact, or you know the stories like
I know
I've heard
these stories.
Because I've heard stories
And I think this
about
probably
what's her
happens.
name? Our old leader chick allegedly had some experiences with one of the
Cows?
no, not a cow, but something. She allegedly had sex with something.
Something.
That was the I don't remember what
Like
kind of
a
animal.
cricket?
I don't remember what kind of animal it was, but that was the rumor going around the kibbutz.
Thinking either cricket or elephant.
It was the elephant. It's really funny because she weighed like 80 pounds maybe.
If that.
She
Oh.
used to get so upset that I wouldn't pronounce her name right.
She was cool though. She was cool.
She was pretty cool.
And her dog was awesome.
I don't remember her. I sort of remember the dog, like a collie or something. Right?
Like a collie? Collie with papers.
Don't remember.
Ah, it was a show dog. Yeah, no.
She took it to shows.
I think so. I mean, this is a pedigree dog. But yeah. What the hell is that? Yeah.
So
what else?
we've eaten the soap.
We've eaten the soap. It was good. It was good.
You really need a beverage.
Send
What
us
else
more
is going
soap.
on?
Not too much.
What else is going on in the news? Oh, we only got a couple minutes left, but Ori Urskenbacher. I really should pronounce her name right. The chick in Jerusalem.
Orville Redenbacher?
No, Ori Ansbacher. I'll show you the picture. You should know who I'm talking about. It's been all over the news recently.
Yeah.
So there was this girl. They finally took the gag order off, and they've like released the details of what happened. This 19-year-old girl decided after she works with handicapped children. She's like an assistant teacher, and she decided one day after work last Thursday, she's gonna go for a walk in the forest, local park or whatever they called it, the forest. There's not a forest; it's like 4 trees.
Most people will call it a forest.
Fuck you. So most people would call you a schmuck.
Trying to get
I'm one of
something
those
out of my
people.
drawer.
You're funny.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I told you I went to school
Knee
with
slap.
I
Knee
told
slapper.
you I went to
Right in
school
the middle of
with
a story. Seriously,
a kid used to pronounce ol.
nobody cares.
So I asked him,
Literally.
what's in the bathroom? He said, toilet.
Even you don't care.
Toilet. Draw.
So,
So yeah.
So she goes for a walk in the woods, and meanwhile, here comes this 29-year-old Arab guy, Muslim guy. I don't remember his name, and I'm not going to bother to try. Took a knife, had a knife with him, and was go out to kill a Jew. That's what he decided he was going to do. He had been in jail for some other attack where he tried to stab someone on the Temple Mount or something. And did a year in prison. So, yeah, got a knife and decided, hey, I'm going to go out and kill someone. Saw this girl. Now, I don't know exactly what was happened. She was found naked. Okay, I've heard she was raped. I've heard she wasn't raped. She was found naked with something like 19 stab wounds or something like that. Her throat was so badly cut, they said it looked like her head had been cut off, but it wasn't, which means it was just dangling by the little bits in the back. Essentially like what OJ did to Nicole. Okay? They said the head was just dangling there. And the guy, they found the guy. So they knew he was hiding in a mosque. They got a tip or whatever that he was hiding in a mosque, right? So they bring the Israeli SWAT team. Okay, now locals saw the police coming, okay, and warned him so he could leave. Okay, and he left the mosque. Okay, the religious building of the Religion of Peace, is where the murderer was hiding. Killed a 19-year-old girl and possibly raped her. Ran to the mosque to be hidden. Was told by all the people around, oh, quick, you better run, they're coming to get you. He ran to an abandoned building. They searched the area security cameras, okay, and they found where he ran to, and they got him. And he confessed to killing her, and he confessed that it was only because she was Jewish. Okay, so a lot of talkbacks and everything else are saying what they often say, that he should get the death penalty, that we should bring back the death penalty for terrorists. Okay? I want to know what you thought about that.
Well,
in like 5 minutes.
Okay, so the first thing is that I what I don't know, a big factor to this that I don't know, and I don't know if you know either, is how the prison system is structured here. Because in the States, because we're Jews, we really like money, right?
Allegedly.
In the States,
I don't know. I've never had any.
This is a stat from like 15 years ago, so it's probably way more, but it was between $35,000 and $38,000 to keep a prisoner alive for a year in the U.S.
In the U.S., I feel like that's really low.
15 years ago, that was the average.
I feel like even then it was really low. Well, who knows?
No, I mean, considering what they receive, it's relatively high. What services do they require that cost let's say $37,000 a year?
Medical? Any medical care? Remember something, while they were in jail, 100% of their medical coverage, medical, dental, eye care, some places will even let you get a sex change.
What of that?
All paid for.
What of that costs $35,000 a year, $37,000 a year?
One heart attack would cost that much. Get shanked in the prison and have to go to the hospital.
Every single year. No, there's a lot of money being hidden in the system. It's a for-profit industry. They're
for every one, you got so many guards that have salaries, and the upkeep of the prison. Those walls can't fall down, and don't want them tunneling under, getting ladders.
They're putting a huge markup on this for profit. We know this. This is a fact. You know this.
I'm not going into the whole fucking political system of the United States and everything.
And we're getting into the wrong thing.
Do you believe?
So I started with that, and you were trying to play devil's advocate when I was just trying to get to the point. There's war profiteering. There's the prison system in the U.S. is a for-profit system. How is it here? Are people making money off of the system? How much does it cost to keep a prisoner alive for a year? And is it worth it in the end? Do we not have a death penalty?
Well, you can find out all of those things. No, we don't.
When was it abolished?
After Eichmann?
Israel's rare use of the death penalty may be in part due to Jewish religious law. No, there is. I don't think it's abolished here. March 2015. Oh, no.
Right opposite at the top. I think it said he was the last person. The last death sentence to Israel. Oh, it was in '88. Okay.
Yeah. No, there have been no death sentences have been sought by Israel prosecutors since the 90s.
Okay. I thought we didn't have one here. Okay, we have it. It's on the books. Why aren't we killing these guys? Now you can sit here and say, "Oh, well, are we putting them in jail for war profiteering?" Any of that. Here's the deal. These guys are never going to get out and kill someone if they're dead.
Yeah, that's true.
We have to pay zero for them if they're dead. And there's less incentive for us, for Hamas to take soldiers and Israelis, kidnap them.
They're also not viable bargaining chips.
Exactly.
So they serve no purpose.
Hamas is less likely to want to kidnap soldiers in return, in return for prisoners.
Well, what I was getting to with that whole diatribe about the cost of keeping a prisoner alive, is it worth it to us? What's the benefit?
You think the heads are getting money for it by keeping the prisons open? Isn't that why they're not?
No, I don't think that's bringing in enough money. There has to be some other. Unless it's just, we're so fucking diplomatic that we don't have the balls to do what's fucking necessary. A lot of times, not just now.
Line those fuckers up, put two in the back of their head.
We're afraid of public opinion because we don't want to grow enough fucking balls to stand up for ourselves when they're taking all those videos. Or copy pasting pictures and cropping pictures just to fit their narrative just right. We don't call them out on fucking anything. There's websites, we're doing it now, but there's no government agency that's really fucking doing anything about this, and that's pissing me off.
That's what Jews in the media are supposed to be for.
Well, that's what I just said. We're doing that.
Us.
But yeah. So closing thoughts?
Spay and neuter your friends. Kill terrorists.
I'd forgotten about the. Yeah, I was asking you before if there's any words that you've completely forgotten that you try to think of and you know how to explain it but you can't think of the fucking word.
Post-it note.
I'm talking months here.
Oh,
no. I hadn't been able to think of the word perpetuate for months. Perpetuate.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you got that off your chest.
Just wanted to share that. All right.
So I guess we'll see you possibly in 2 weeks from now.
Perhaps we'll see how things work. I'm gonna try and do it from my phone with my Purple Panda, and we'll have to figure that out.
It's not really going to be convenient for me to be sitting in my living room having this conversation, so I'm going to come here.
Mm-hmm.
They'll open the door, right?
Mm.
I'll bring my equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
Peace.